the good business that these Black businessmen are doing. So Kanye West is conducting good business, and I am all the way here for it. So please come in here and drop your hashtag B1 and let me know where you're from. Let me know what city you're from. Shout out your city. And I'm going to give you guys a minute to come in here and join me. Let me know who you are and where you're from. We're going to talk about the good music. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight is because Black people we just have it bad. And, you know, not only do everybody outside of the Black culture, not only do other people judge us and you know, give us a bad rap, but sometimes we give our own selves, our own culture, and each other a bad rap by not wanting to do business with one another. And so there's always this rumor that Black people do not do good business. And that's not true. That's not true. And so we're going live today to talk about the good business that Black people are doing. So please hit the share and subscribe button. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. So you can do it too. Hit the share and subscribe button so that people can jump in this live and jump in this conversation with us. If you leave a good comment, I'm gonna show you. Let me see if anybody's left any comments, because I saw some coming up. So I can shout out who you are and where you're from. Come on, comments. Come on, internet. Okay. Yeah, I know we got some comments because I see them. But I don't know, maybe there's a little time delay with my StreamYard because I don't see any comments. But I wanted to definitely post some here in the live. So anyway, so tonight, I want to hurry up and get into this. I don't want to waste your time because I know it's precious, because you guys are out there getting busy, doing great business with one another and getting money. So we're going to talk about Kanye West right now. Kanye West's recent Drink Champs interview. Very popular, very, very popular, right? All these memes and jokes and a lot of things came out in that Drink Champs interview. And so, you know, they say out of the mouths of babes, when you drink, you get that liquid courage. And so Kanye West revealed a lot of things. And he revealed many details regarding his life. Aside from saying that signing Big Sean was the worst thing he ever did. Poor Big Sean. He also mentioned that during his Rockefeller record days, Beanie Sigel was the one who gave him the iconic Yeezy nickname. Since then, Yeezy has now been used as the rapper's brand and is synonymous with Ye himself. In the interview, Ye explained, Yeezy was Beanie's name for me when I was at Baseline. On some like, that's Yeezy, make him one of us. He let me wear his state property chain, which that's love. That's love. That's love. He really just embraced me. He also said that since then, he has been trying to find a chance to compensate Sigel for coming up with the name for his billion-dollar brand. I still owe Beanie money, and I've been trying to give him this money for a minute. I've been trying to give it to him. This man made up the name. It's like, you know, the lady who made up the Nike swoosh. Just do it. Phil Knight went back and made sure she was straight. In a recent club appearance in Philly, Sigel responded to this, revealing to the crowd, I got a call from the motherfucker the other day. I love the cuss. Kanye West, he said, Sig, I owe you 50 million USD and 5% stock in Yeezy. Sigel can also be heard telling the crowd that the Yeezy brand recently made $1.7 billion in sales in 2020 and expects $50 million and 5% stock from Ye. Check out what Sigel had to say below. So I'm going to cue this video up for you guys because I want you to listen to him, Beanie Sigel, yourself before I really go in and dissect this whole situation. So as I cue this video up, I want to say that if you are looking to grow your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. If you are looking to better manage your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. You can always find me, Marye Dean Esquire, online at thewallstreetlawyer.com. And we are going to get back into this. So, okay, so let me scroll down. Before I get into it, let me say I didn't use this picture. This was what came up first. This is the article that I just actually read, but I didn't want this to be across your psyche. I didn't want you to see this because if you look at the tagline, the headline that they use, Beanie Sigel claims Kanye West owes him 50 million USD for coining Yeezy name. Sigel says he was the first to ever give Kanye the nickname. So first of all, just in dissecting this, you say you can understand why we get a bad rap, because Beanie Sigel did not say Kanye West owed him this money. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. He's saying Kanye West does not owe me this money, because everyone who's actually read the articles or did any little bit of research on it has seen that Beanie Sigel has rejected it. Beanie Sigel's rejected the money. So it's not that he's going around saying, Kanye West, you owe me this money, as in this headline will make you perceive. He's actually saying you don't owe me this money and I'd rather do a business with you instead. So this is one of the reasons why we have a negative view of one another, because we live in a society, this is hashtag this is America, we live in a society that want to keep us, and when I say us, I mean black people, down and out. And one of the ways they do that is with the marketing that they do, and how in the images of how they have us perceive ourselves. And so just looking at that headline, so let me, anyway, so back to this video. I want you guys to, so you can see Beanie Sigel. Beanie Sigel says it himself, and I want you to hear this out of Beanie Sigel's mouth. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is queued up, right? Okay, back to the queue. Okay, excuse my, I'm gonna have to disable those next time. Let's see here. Okay, so let me press play.
Phone call from a motherfucker the other day.
What they say, man?
Oh,
Yeezy. What did he say? What did he say?
Let's go.
He said, see, I owe you 50 million and 5% stock in Yeezy. And I don't know if niggas know, Yeezy's at 1.7 billion. That nigga got a $50 million check for a nigga. A world nigga. Hold on. I gotta ask a question. Is South Philly in this motherfucker?
Yeah!
Is West Philly in this motherfucker?
Okay, so you guys, you heard him say it himself. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. He's talking about Kanye West, who offered to give him $50 million and 5% stock in Yeezus for coming up with his Yeezy brand name. And it gives me an interesting discussion around just this topic of a brand name, because you know, your girl, I love a good brand name. I love a good name. A name is like the sweetest oil. I'm gonna go biblical on you, even though I don't proclaim to be a Christian, but I am bilingual when it comes to spiritual language, and I speak them all. So I'm gonna hit you with this good old Bible verse, because some of y'all are devout Christians. A good name is more desirable than great riches. Favor is better than silver and gold. This is Proverbs 22:1. A good name is more desirable than great riches. Favor is better than silver and gold. You ain't got to tell me twice, because my name is Marye Esquire here at the WallStreetLawyer.com. And I just paid $75,000 to own BlackWallStreet.com. So you ain't got to tell me about the power of a good name. And I'm so cocky. I'm so cocky. I'm so proud that I was able to pay $75,000 for this brand name that I put the receipt in the back of my book. Yes, I did. And in the chapter where I'm talking about the power of a good name, the power of a good name. I've always been an attorney. I've been an attorney now for 15 beautiful, beautiful years. I'm very happy about that. You know, one of the things I talk about in my book is how I turn problems into opportunities. And one of them is, you know, I would never even become an attorney if people told me I could never become one. So, you know, I've been an attorney for 15 years, and I was the Dean Law Firm, the law office of Marye Esquire, the law office of Marye Esquire first. Then I became the Dean Law Firm, which is what I am now. But I became the WallStreetLawyer.com in 2015. And when I say becoming the wallstreetlawyer.com really souped up my brand name. Oh, and I got to tell you how I became the wallstreetlawyer.com, because it's one of my favorite stories to tell. And I am long-winded. We ain't got nothing but space and opportunity and time on our hands. So I'm going to tell you how I became the wallstreetlawyer.com, because this is a name that God gave me in a very dark, dark place for me. I actually told this, story to Dr. Boyce Watkins himself the other day in one of our meetings. I love telling this story. I even got a little teary-eyed. You might not see a little tear in these big old glasses, but I digress. So how did I acquire the name thewallstreetlawyer.com? So one of the things I talk about in my book, like I said, is the law of adversity, turning problems into opportunities. So it's 2014, my bad. And hashtag B1, everybody, Brian Taylor Bridges, hashtag B1. Charisma milestones, hashtag B1, charisma milestone. Somebody I shared the chat with. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. JPRGradio.com checking in, hashtag B1. Okay, we got Antonia Jackson. Hey, Queen, B1. So everybody dropping that B1. I love when I'm not talking to myself. Glad to know I got friends. Glad to know I got some friends. Okay, so how did I become the wallstreetlawyer.com in my darkest hour? At the time, I was calling myself the Dean of Law. And my other business partner was, because we were the deans. That's just what it was. And I got one of the darkest calls of my life. Okay, I got a call that my business partner and best friend, and if I thought we were kindred spirits, if I ever knew one, we were two peas in a pod. And he called me while he was under the influence of crystal meth, and it tore me up. When I got off that phone call, I remember writing on the wall, "I see God all around me," and I wrote the date and I wrote the time. It was literally a week before my 33rd birthday, which, in the Bible, Jesus died at the age of 33. And so I call that your Jesus year. I did have a death and a rebirth, born again as the wallstreetlawyer.com. So but at that time, so I'm the Dean of Law, the law office of Marye Esquire, doing my thug thizzle, working in the financial capital of the world. And I got that call. So when I got off the phone, I wrote on the wall, "I see God all around me." I wrote the date and I wrote the time. And I looked at the wall and just boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Just threw a grown woman temper tantrum, threw stuff, yelled, kicked, screamed, all the whole nine. And then I took out my magic marker and I wrote on the wall. I said, all right. So then I began to ask God, well, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Obviously, I'm not the Dean of Law. We're not the deans. This is not happening. My business partner is flaking. My business partner has this drug addiction, things, so who am I? Who am I? Who am I? You got me down here working in the financial district. I'm working for the man, but it's Occupy Wall Street at the time. And so I'm out there with my picket sign on my lunch break, but then I'm going back to work, working for Goldman Sachs, representing the Fortune 500 company, during these litigation, because if, at that time, right after the housing market crash, if you was an attorney, you could get that work. All of the big banks were being sued, and Goldman Sachs was as well. So I was not Goldman Sachs. I'm sorry. Goldman Sachs, the law firm, Goldman Sachs was being sued. Yes. The law firm was Sullivan and Cromwell. Oh God. They give us free. Thank God that I ain't working like that no more. But yes, Sullivan and Cromwell, the law firm representing Goldman Sachs in the financial capital of the world. That's what I did. And so I keep working for the man. I felt like I was on the wrong side of history. And so I really, really searching, God, you told me to go. You told me to go. I followed. You came to a dream. You told me to go. I went. I did exactly what you told me to do. And here I am in the financial capital of the world, working for the man. I went to Thurgood Marshall School of Law. A lawyer who is not a social engineer is a social parasite. So what are you doing? Why am I here? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And I felt that, and that was just, kind of meditating. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And then that's when I finally heard him say, I heard, "You are the wallstreetlawyer.com." That is what I heard. And I bought the wallstreetlawyer.com. It was available, and got my office on Wall Street, the Dean Law Firm, PLLC, at thewallstreetlawyer.com. And so that is how the brand name came to me. It was not something that I don't think that I was clever enough to come up with that brand name. But I can tell you that when I got that, when I added the wallstreetlawyer.com brand name onto my practice and my law firm and what I was doing, business went up. Business went up. People could see who I was and all that I did just based on the brand name, and it drew people in. It drew people in, and it does take me back to that Bible verse, Proverbs 22:1. A good name is more desirable than great riches. Favor is better than silver and gold. And obviously our good dear brother Kanye West knows this. He knows the value of a name. And so he offers to pay Beanie Sigel $50 million plus 5% stock in his Yeezy brand. In his Yeezy brand. So one thing I want to know, guys, would you have taken the $50 million? Would you have taken the $50 million, or would you have said to Kanye West, you know what, keep your money, but I would rather do business with you. Can we do a business deal? Can show a man, give a man fish, he'll eat for a day. Show a man how to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. So I'm curious to know, would you have taken the money, or would have you been too proud like Beanie Sigel and not have taken the money? So that's that. Another point I want to make, if you're looking to grow your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. If you're looking to better manage your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. You can always find me, Marye Dean Esquire, here online at thewallstreetlawyer.com. So back into this. But here's my perspective on that. Because good businessmen do good business. And before I give you that perspective, I want to highlight for you, don't believe the hype, people. Black men don't cheat. No, no, black men really do conduct good business. And that's why it was important for me to cover this, because I want to give you a story of one of our black brother billionaires who has got a billionaire. He's get to a billionaire by accumulating all of his assets. This is including some of his artwork and this, that, third. But his Yeezy brand and business did do 1.7 billion with a B, $1 billion in sales. So, you know, there is something to, he's got $1 billion company. There is something to be said about that. But here's the image that I want to give you of how I view, now that I want to get into my perspective. What I think. Would I have taken the money? Do I think that Beanie Sigel should have taken the money? Or say, look, just give me a seat at your table and teach me how to fish so that we can do business together. What do I think? Would I have taken the money, or would I have been, you know, like Beanie Sigel and say, don't give me the money, give me a chance? So this is, and I can show you my perspective better than I can tell you, because I really like these visuals here. Okay, so when I think about whether or not Beanie Sigel is owed that money or not, the first thing that comes to my mind is this image. I was looking for a different one, but this image, it illustrates it just as fine. And it, you know, you have to think about people moving, the desire to move the brick, the desire to move the stones. And immediately pops into my mind was the pyramids. I always say, you know, Rome was not built in a day, but the pyramids, Egypt might have been, because our ancestors, they tapped into the mind over matter, and they were experts. They lived in a time where the earth was closest to the heavens, and they just had a different kind of power. Right now it's a whisper, but as Mother Earth moves closer to the sun, that whisper will is getting louder and louder and louder, which is what we're going through now. The ending, as you can see in the world, but also the Great Awakening and the age of the Aquarius. And so that is where we are. And so with that, it comes a paradigm shift. Say it with me, folks. Paradigm shift, where the old ways of making money and the old way of moving through the old world will not allow you to survive or thrive in the new age. It is a new age. It is a new age. And as we can see, the powers that be are definitely hell bent on getting their new world order. But I be damned if I let any of my beautiful Black people get left behind. So I want you all to make sure that you are tapping in and tuning out of the Matrix and tapping in. We know a sister wrote the Matrix. Tuning out of the Matrix and tapping in, because we are moving into a shift where it is mind over matter, and people are snatching up real estate, realty, real property, the land, the earth, Mother Earth. You know, a non-renewable resource. You will never have another Earth. People are going to another planet, but you'll never have another Earth. Well, I don't know what God got up his sleeve, but I don't know about having another Earth. Okay, I can't see it, but anything is possible. Yes, my mind is that open, but I digress. So paradigm shift. I don't want you guys to get left behind. So while people are snatching up on real estate, Mother Earth, people are also snatching up real estate in the digital universe, digital real estate, which is my brand, the wallstreetlawyer.com, and another brand that I invested in, $75,000 for this name, blackwallstreet.com. And I have been able to tell you that, I will tell you this, someone contacted me to purchase the domain from me for $100,000, $25,000 more than what I paid for it. So that tells you it's worth that, and then some, right? The person who sold it to me actually hiked up the price to $275,000. But I talked him back down. He hiked up the price. Get this. He hiked up the price to $275,000 because of the death of George Floyd and all of the hype around Black Lives Matter. Believe that. But I appealed to the goodness of his heart and got him back down to $75,000 and made the purchase for $75,000. So yes, the value of a good name. So do I believe that Beanie Sigel should have taken the dinner and get advice from Kanye, or take the money? I'm gonna say Kanye. Obviously, I'm with all of you out there in our internet land, in the internet world, and tell you, yes, Beanie Sigel should have taken that money. 5% stock in a $1 billion brand? Are you kidding me? Plus the $50 million, which is what Kanye West believes that his contribution to his business is. And while Beanie Sigel doesn't want to appear to be a man that takes a handout, and I can honestly respect the Black masculinity, the masculinity in that gesture. But the problem is Beanie Sigel is stuck in the old way of doing things. Beanie Sigel is the guy with the rope around the stone, and Beanie Sigel is this guy trying to push this stone. And Kanye West is a newer generation who has come up with these little rollers, and he can just put it on there and just roll the stone very easy. That's what I mean, a paradigm shift. See, you can be sitting on your $1 million gold mine, but if you don't have the eyes, the third eye to see it, it might as well not be there. And so while Beanie Sigel is saying, while it's man up, he's manned up and said, I want to earn my money. I would rather you give me a chance instead of giving me just $50 million that I did not earn. He has not had the mindset shift to understand that he already earned it. That's what Kanye West is saying, my man. And to be an artist at that, someone who is actually paid for their intellectual property, he doesn't really understand the business that he is in. He is just a rapper. And as like, he's not, Jay-Z said, I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman, not just a businessman. And so, Beanie Sigel is clearly not a businessman. He clearly does not understand that. Well, because Kanye West ain't calling me to give me $50 million and 5% stock in Yeezys, because I didn't earn that money in Kanye West's eyes. But Beanie Sigel did, and Beanie Sigel, the fact that he's rejected it, to me tells me that Beanie Sigel is an old paradigm shift. The fact that he was looking the way he was looking in that club in Philly with a brand, with a name as big as Beanie Sigel, tells you that he's just not a businessman, right? Because he's with the reach that he already has, with the reputation that his name already carries, the fact that he's obviously looking, he's not a businessman. So yes, I do think that Beanie Sigel should take the money. I think that Beanie Sigel has already earned the money. And when he said give a man fish and he'll eat for a day, teach a man how to fish and he'll eat for life, Kanye West gave him he's trying to teach him how to fish by giving him this money and giving him this opportunity and giving him a seat at the table. He's going to be a 5% shareholder in Yeezy's company. So that means that he is at the table. You don't get, I don't know what more of the table you want, because then, now you conduct that business and you do that, you finish that. And then the opportunities that, what do you think about this brand? What do you think about this name? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? I mean, the relationship is already there, and the business relationship has now started, and more business can definitely be done on top of such a wonderful foundation. So I do think that Beanie Sigel should have taken that money. I think that Beanie Sigel has already earned the money. I think that is the only reason why Kanye West has offered him the money, and shame on him for not taking it. What else did I want to say? Oh, another good point I wanted to make, because I'm very proud of the fact that these kings are coming through and paving the way, and doing really, and so I want to bring up another point about how kings stay kings by birthing other kings and queens. Fly Nubian Queen. If you are looking to grow your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. If you're looking to better manage your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. You can always find me, Marye Dean Esquire, here online at thewallstreetlawyer.com. And let's see here. Jay-Z has birthed how many billionaires? Rihanna, Kanye West. Come on in here. Make sure you hit the share and subscribe button. Hit the share and subscribe button, because more people need to see that Black people, Black men, that we do good business. We do good business. And don't believe the hype. We do good business. And it is very important for me to keep saying that, because perception is reality. And they give us this perception of ourselves that we are lazy, shiftless Negroes. And you've heard all of the other Black stereotypes that they have tried to give on my beautiful Black melanated people. And, but it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. It is not true. Okay, that didn't work out well. It is not true. So let me see. I'm trying to pull up this image. Kings birth other Black kings. That's the other point that I want to make. Real kings, in order to continue to stay a king, part of staying a king is developing other kings and queens. That is how it's done. That's how everybody does it, and it's how you stay relevant. It's how you stay relevant. It's how your brand stays relevant. And so I found this image. This image I was digging for. Remember that song, "We Gonna Run This Town Tonight"? Oh, they went so hard. So I remember them back in the day, and this was the dream team. You got Rihanna, you had Jay-Z, and you had Kanye West, and there would be no Kanye West and Rihanna to this magnitude without the king of them, Jehovah, J to the H to the Izzo. That would not be them if it was not for him. And both of them are billionaires. Rihanna has a billionaire makeup brand, and Kanye West is valued at $1 million. And so And if you have not heard Donda, I did check out Kanye West's new album, and on the first song, at least when you get past that first dead noise, the second song on the album, the actual, which is like really the first actual real song on the album, is it is Donda is Kanye West featuring Jay-Z. And so it's Kanye West has a lot of features on his album. Rumor has it that if Kanye West actually got an award for this album, that everybody in the industry will get an award. I saw a meme that said that. So yeah, a king. My last point that I want to make, because we are not only we are Black people, we are excellent Black people who do good business and treat each other well, and this needs more publicity. But we are also great because we make other people great. And so my hat goes off to Jay-Z, of course, because he's married to the beautiful Beyonce from Houston, 3rd Ward, Houston, Texas. But you got kings recognize kings, and they develop and nurture and put other kings and queens on. And that is how they stay relevant. That is how they stay young and hip and with it. And so my hat's out to this holy trinity. I guess that's it. That's all I got for you. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Black folks really do good business with one another. So my hat's off to Kanye West. Let me see who else I want to honor for being in here with me tonight. We got Christy Brown with the rose. Good evening. And on that good evening note, I want to say I'm Marye Dean Esquire here at the WallStreetLawyer.com and coming to you live on Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. Have a wonderful night. And until we meet again, bye-bye.